in a homecoming showdown you cannot miss. Friday, November 1st in Boca Raton. For tickets and more information, visit FAUsports.com. Florida Atlantic Athletics, winning in paradise.
Join Yingling and ESPN West Palm this Sunday from 1 to 3 p.m. at E.R. Bradley Saloon in downtown West Palm. Enjoy Yingling flight bottle specials and $5 pints. The ESPN West Palm Street team is on hand with tailgating games, prizes, and Yingling swag. Watch Miami take on Arizona and the entire 1 o'clock Sunday slate. It's Yingling and ESPN West Palm Sunday at E.R. Bradley Saloon on Clematis Street in West Palm. Must be 21 plus. Presented by Yingling, America's oldest brewery. Please drink responsibly.
Hi, I'm Michael Manzo, owner and founder of Manzo's Italian Deli, and
Stop, Dad. After 20 years, people are tired of hearing your voice.
Yeah, and your lame-ass commercials.
Fresh prosciutto, mozzarella, outstanding.
Oh, please.
There's only one reason Manzo's is voted #1 deli in Palm Beach County for 20 years. Our mother.
She makes sure you prepare everything from scratch using only the freshest ingredients.
Manzo's Italian Deli is located on Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard, right next to Rain Dancers.
Is that a strip club?
No, it's a steakhouse. Manzo's is open weekdays from 8 to 5 and offers free delivery. So stop by or call 697-9411. That's 697-9411.
we also specialize in hot and cold catering for corporate functions and special events.
Just ask anyone who was at my last birthday party.
ESPN West Palm is highlighting the best performance of the week, presented by Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Every week, a different team will be featured across ESPN 106.3 and ESPN West Palm Play. The winning performance receives $500, courtesy of Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Do you know a team, player, or school with a killer performance? Nominate them by emailing highschool@espnwestpalm.com. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Go where the pros go.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 106.3.
WUUB Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Let's keep it G. That referee last night on Thursday Night Football, he really saved Sam Darnold from himself.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. I am not at all, and never have I been, a Sam Darnold detractor. I literally am rooting for this guy's success this year. This offseason, I said he has the runway to potentially play himself into a major starting quarterback role with another team next season, maybe even the Vikings if he keeps this ball rolling. And he had a chance to make a statement last night on Thursday Night Football, and it... At the very least, nobody's blaming him for the loss. It's your boy Theo Dorsey. C-Cat's on the other side of the glass on the ones and the twos. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into the breaking news out of Miami Gardens. But first and foremost, C-Cat, I got to say I am relieved to the highest extent right now. I had a doctor's appointment this morning.
All right, sounds fun.
And it was one of those where it was like a follow-up appointment, like he was going to give me the results on some blood test we did 3 months ago. It was bad, high cholesterol, pre-diabetic, all these crazy like things that had me all up in a fit, right?
Yeah, prostate exam, yeah. You're getting up there.
It's not time for that yet.
Okay.
It's not time. I got like a decade. So in preparation for what I assumed might be bad news this morning, last night I was in Belle Glade at Glade Central. They were hosting Kings Academy, big-time high school football game last night. By the way, Glade Central is back, 8-0. They won that game. At halftime, I ventured over to the restaurant. They had like food tents over there cooking up some amazing barbecue. And I look over and I see brisket is on the menu. I see briskets on the menu, and I'm thinking tomorrow morning I might get the news from my doctor that I can't eat meat anymore. I might have to go straight clean. I might have to go vegan on y'all or vegetarian just to save my own life. So I'm nervous this might be my last good meal. So what do I do at halftime? I was thinking about it. I was on the fence. Do I push the limit a little bit more before I go on this strict diet, or do I go and enjoy the fruits of my labor, which is driving all the way out to Belle Glade and being out there until about 11 o'clock last night. And you know what I did, C-Cat?
Pigged out?
I pigged out, baby. Big time. Just a brisket plate that also had some avocado, so there was some green in there that made it healthy. But then also there was like this rasta pasta, as he called it. Oh my gosh, savory, delicious. Also in there some rice, but it was like not just regular white rice, some very seasoned, flavorful rice, and of course the smoked brisket, which hit. I devoured it. At the time, I thought that was going to be my last like robust, meaty, just unhealthy pork out, pig out meal. This morning, though, C-Cat, got the test back, and your boy say I'm good. He just work on your vitamin D.
Wow.
Get your vitamin D up and you're straight.
See, you're a bolder man than I because I have sworn off good food when I'm on the job because oftentimes the good part of a meal is counteracted with the after effects and the bubble guts and the pain, and you got to find a bathroom. And I have been caught maybe one too many times having an emergency while I'm supposed to be on the air or supposed to be on the sideline recording that football game.
What do you mean by emergency?
Like, I got to find a restroom immediately, talk to the board op back in the studio, say, hey, give me 8-minute break. I'm going to sprint there.
So the difference between you and I, when I cover football games versus you who does play-by-play, I am, videoing it. So, of course, I got to be there for post-game to get the interview. But if I miss, like, a half of a quarter because I got a little bathroom emergency, nobody's going to blink an eye. I just hope a touchdown or a big play doesn't happen. So
I guess
you can't miss any snaps.
That's true. I can give a halftime break to basketball games where I would do 8 games in a day because it'd be a local tournament. And I would say, you know what? This is horrible radio, probably not very good business, but I'm tired. During halftime, sign off. We got 12 minutes on that clock before they return to the court. Give me 12 minutes. I'll be back.
We'll be fine.
Yeah, just 24 30-second commercials.
Yeah. Jeez, I feel bad for your listeners back then. Thankfully, we don't do that here on ESPN 106.3. And thankfully, the Rams didn't take the second half off in that game last night on Thursday Night Football, which we'll get to. Matt Stafford, 4 touchdowns. Oh, my gosh.
I like the little underhand spiral throw. He looked like he was 26.
Yeah, he's gotten to the chamber of youth. Maybe they are either playing up his value so they can trade him for more or something else. And that's what I want to get to today because I do believe the Rams revived their season in the same way that the good news from my doctor this morning revived my ability to pig out and continue to enjoy good eats and good meats this football season. So I will not have to hold back on that accord. I'll just keep hitting the gym a little bit more. Stay, keep the heart healthy. I don't want to have any mistakes out here.
It's a fine compromise.
Yeah, it's good. It'll be good. But I think when you're talking about reclamations, when you're talking about reviving your season, no better example than last night on Thursday Night Football on Prime Video. The Rams, I mean, at the end of the thing, it's 30-20. It looks like it was way more out of hand than in actuality. In reality, the Vikings had a chance on that last drive to try and tie it up. Down by 8, Sam Darnold back in his own end zone, and Byron Young off the edge really comes with like an inside move. It was a stunt move by the defensive end, Byron Young. He grips Sam Darnold's face mask right in front of the referee, CK.
Yeah, he couldn't have had a better shot at it.
And he turned around Sam Darnold's body in the same way that in that very motion, because the referee didn't throw the flag, the Rams turned around their season. That sealed the deal. I do think it was an incredible no call by the referee. Byron Young responded to it literally. You can see the referee turn his head and look at it like, oh, that looks bad, and still keep the flag in his pocket. It was I mean, I know that people out there that put money on the game were disappointed in that outcome. But beyond that, how about if you're just a player for the Vikings and you feel like you got hosed because you had a chance to see what Sam Darnold could do in that big spot on primetime? That was absolutely embarrassing for that referee. But greater than that, it was the nail in the coffin for the idea that the Rams were going to give up on this year. The Rams are now 3-4, CK. They just got back Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp last night. Matt Stafford had 3 passing touchdowns coming into Thursday Night Football. He had 4 last night alone, right? 1 to Cooper Kupp, 2 to DeMarcus Robinson, and then another 1 to Kyron Williams. Matt Stafford's back. The Rams are revived, and my pick for the NFC West, my division champ pick for the NFC West coming into the year was the Rams. I was a little nervous, but we're back on track. They're one game out from first place. And like I said before as well, the 49ers don't threaten me. The Cardinals don't threaten me. And the Seahawks can definitely be had. The Rams are going to win that division this year, C-Cat.
I just wanted one more note on that no call on the face mask.
Yeah.
If we say, okay, it's hard to see if he actually gripped the face mask. What's the one rule in football that is taken off the last maybe 15 years? Roughing the passer.
Right.
What's one element that's even newer?
Hand to the face.
Hand to the face.
Yeah.
You've seen Tom Brady get a little club to the back of the head. Bang, the flag comes out 15 yards. Even if you didn't see the hand to grip the face mask, everybody and their mama, no matter what seat you had at SoFi Stadium, saw a hand up to the face of Sam Darnold.
I mean, the referees are properly trained. They have eagle eyes. They also are veterans in seeing this stuff on the field in the moment. Nobody here is arguing whether or not that referee saw Sam Darnold get face mask. It was clear and obvious.
So then what are you getting at here? If he saw the penalty.
No clue why he didn't throw the flag. I can't tell you what his intention was. I can tell you as someone who used to don the stripes, and those folks who did can tell you the same thing. He saw Sam Darnold's body get turned around. He saw Byron Young's hand placement on where the face mask would be and him yank and pull, and he saw Darnold. Like, the ref literally turned his head. I have no clue why he didn't throw the flag. Maybe he didn't think it was egregious enough. Maybe he had dinner plans afterwards. I don't know. But it was clear and obviously a face mask. But what I will say is maybe the referee was looking out for the best interest of Sam Darnold, because nobody is coming on the airwaves today talking about what was inevitably going to happen with the Vikings on that drive, and it was going to be Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold failing in the big moment in a way that might have been utterly embarrassing and derailing to what kind of a campaign he's on right now. Remember, just 5-6 days ago, the Vikings were one of 2 undefeated teams left in the NFL. By the end of this weekend, they could be tied for last place in their own division. Sam Darnold was on track for an MVP season at one point. Now with these 2 losses, and if in that moment Sam Darnold threw an interception or continued to throw off-target throws or missed Jordan Addison on a deep ball and whatnot, if he continued to make those kind of errors in that game on that drive with everybody watching, it could have been derailing to his contract negotiations this summer. Maybe that ref was just trying to save number 14 from the inevitable, which would have been him failing in that moment. I do not see him completing a 95-yard drive.
Yeah, I don't either. And, kind of had some Prize Picks action on the line with that. He only needed 10 more passing yards
what hurt a lot of people.
Break my less than, because I had less than.
Oh, so you were on the right side of that.
I was the benefactor. Wow. So that's how egregious it is that I woke up today thinking, how did they not make that call, even though it benefited me?
Yeah. I think nobody. Here's the fix. Here's the fix to this. Because every time we have one of these calls that are no calls in a football game, at the end, everybody wants to get on their soapbox and say, well, more replay or better refs or the ability to challenge a no call. How about this? What if we just had one guy, one dude, doesn't have to be a rules expert, doesn't have to be a former NFL player or referee, just a guy on a couch. Let's just say me, Theo Dorsey. And I'm just going to, let's give me a title. Let's say common sense coordinator.
Yeah.
The common sense coordinator. Or
we vetted you. You're not on any meds.
Yeah.
Like you've got a level head ahead of you.
If you want to be casual with it, the common sense guy, like the Captain Obvious commercials, right? And whenever there's a spot like that where the whole nation agrees, even probably the opposing coach who it happened in favor of agrees, yeah, that was a terrible miss. Let's think Saints-Rams in the playoffs, the no PI call.
Yes.
These huge moments, we're able to just, hey, let's dial up the common sense guy. Theo, you tell us what it was. And I'll be able to tell you, hey, man, it was a face mask. I don't know what the brother in the end zone was looking for or looking at or what he has planned for the night, that he was trying to avoid staying in SoFi Stadium any longer. But that was a face mask. Let's let Sam Darnold do it to himself, and let's not do him in with a no call right there. It's that easy. It will be quick. It won't take much replay. Literally, I just watched the video one time. Face mask. I mean, anybody in America could watch that video and easily call it a face mask. You don't need 2 angles, 3 angles. There should be a common sense button. Each coach gets, let's say, 1 push every year, where you hit the common sense button. It calls me up. I make the call. If you get the first one right, you get another one to dangle out for the playoffs.
Okay, get
Who
it
says
right.
no?
The fact that you get another one.
Who says no?
But like you said, if there was this button, right?
Yeah.
And you can only use it once a year, I don't think the Vikings would actually use it on this play.
That's what you're probably correct, but that therein, people like the ability of choice more so than they like the ability of, like, let's say necessarily getting it right.
Yeah.
If it's my choice to not hit the common sense button and have Theo come in here and save the day, because I guarantee you I know one of those dudes on the field that didn't want that common sense button to get hit, and that was Sam Darnold, who started to start seeing ghosts in that second half, the way he was missing guys, and probably, you were cheering it on, but the amount of times that he could have connected with somebody for a big play and he missed them, like that one throw to Addison that went kind of in between. It was closer to two defenders than he was to anybody in purple. It was a little weird.
And another aspect to this, and it's one call, and it probably did not change the outcome of the football game. You and I both agree on that, and I think everyone at home would probably still have their money on the Rams in that moment to win the football game.
Yeah.
It's a scoring play.
It is.
I thought scoring plays were all reviewed.
So they're reviewable, but the penalties are not reviewable in a scoring play. That's the problem.
Jeez Louise.
That's the problem. And the NFL has all of these, again, convoluted rules.
But some penalties,
I'm giving you something simple.
Some penalties are reviewable.
No.
Like they are. Aspects of a penalty can be reviewable. Try to think of maybe a onside kick.
Put out of bounds or something?
An onside kick. The football's got to go 10 yards. They can review how far the football goes, even though the penalty is illegal touching.
Yeah.
So there are chinks in the armor of this down pat. You can't review any penalties. And there's more than just that one that I'm citing. But
there's specific ones, the main ones you can't, like a holding, a DPI. Remember, they tried that for a little bit, then they took it back out.
Yeah.
And again, a face mask is non-reviewable. I don't even think a roughing the passer is reviewable, which is if there's any call that should be reviewable, it's likely that one, because that's the one they screw up the most, especially when you talk about the weight of a defender on a quarterback. But we're getting derailed. That was obviously the situation that caught the most attention. What I do think is the situation people need to be keyed in on more is we had written the Rams off literally 24 hours ago. There were all kind of shows talking about where is Cooper Kupp going to be playing football? Is Matthew Stafford available? What's going to happen for the future of the Rams? I heard one dude talking about Sean McVay retiring again, or at least threatening to, and joining a broadcast booth.
Yeah, they were talking about McVay retiring on Rizzo and Russo from 4 to 6 p.m.
Oh, those are the guys I heard talking about it.
Because his wife's hot, which, you know what? I guess so.
So they think just because I knew single dudes.
I
told both of them, I looked them in the eye, what was it, a couple of weeks ago at the Boca Raton Bowl Chef's Tailgate. I told both of them, I said, hey, love the energy y'all are bringing. Great show. Love everything about y'all. But everything y'all do and most of the things y'all say, I can tell y'all are two single dudes. Just two single dudes saying single dude thoughts. You think a dude will retire in his, 30s? Is he 40 yet now?
Hey,
Sean McVay?
He's around there. He threatened to, or was thinking about it after winning the Super Bowl.
That's a leverage play. That's building your brand up. That's staying in the headlines longer, and that's also being able to renegotiate for more money. Is he considering retirement? Maybe. Is he doing it because his wife is hot? His wife is hot? That's what you think he would retire? Sean McVay's like, oh, my God. I just, come on. A single dude.
Yeah.
That's a single dude.
I'm totally going to pawn this off on those two guys and not myself, who was the antagonist. Yeah, I put up a picture on the YouTube stream. I said, he has a point. That was my contribution to that just damaging, misogynistic conversation.
Okay, married men. 888-760-3776.
Ooh, there should be a parody song called Married Men for Many Men.
Yeah.
Married Men.
Which definitely it wouldn't make sense. We have to come up with some new words. But married men, theoretically speaking right now, there is something there, CCAT. We got to workshop it. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. Of all the reasons that you might retire, is your wife being hot one of them? Is it top 3 in there? Because I would assume if she's your wife at this point in y'all's lives, yes, she's hot and you want to spend a lot of time with her. You're kind of used to her being hot. Like, it's new to us, right? We're like, oh, Sean McVay's wife is hot. Like, that's his wife, though. That's his life partner. Like, he doesn't have to retire to spend more time with her. He has all off seasons. He has off days. He'll be fine.
So you're saying
she'll be around.
When you marry someone that's hot, they are significantly less hot after you're married. Is that what you're saying right now for every man in the world?
They're not less hot after you're married. You just are used to them being hot.
All right.
You're desensitized to the fact that you're with, like, yeah, my wife is hot. Yeah. And you know what? Just as hot as the day I met her. And guess what? I'm not going to retire early because of it, C-Cat. Right. That's not what it's not. I'm not weighing that in my list of things of why I would retire. I would retire if the NFL gave me the opportunity to be the common sense coordinator. And I can help extend games that should be extended or close them when they should. It's common sense. That was a face mask. There should have been an option for the NFL coaches or somebody involved. Maybe they should have threw the water bottles on the field.
Exactly.
That's what we were missing.
If there was a, 4-minute delay because of the fans at SoFi, I guess it was.
It was at SoFi, but I mean, it's SoFi. That's what to say. Yeah, so there was more Vikings fans than Rams fans.
If they delayed the end of that game,
they should have.
Before that free kick, that was really cool, by the way. You see the free kick, onside kick? He hit it like a mile high. Yeah, if they delayed it for 5 minutes, maybe those referees have a convenient chat about a different angle that they saw.
Maybe so. 888-760-3776. How would you fix the officiating problem, the review problem in the NFL? And also, is your wife being hot a good enough reason for you to retire like they think, like C-Cat and Russo and Rizzo think Sean McVay should retire because his wife is attractive? 888-760-3776. Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline. That is the number for Theoretically Speaking. 888-760-3776. And, of course, be careful with your words if your wife is hot, because everybody's trying to pin me up right now and get me to say something I shouldn't on the air. My wife's listening, by the way. Brian says I'm headed to the couch for sleeping tonight. And you know what? The couch is comfortable. That's not even a punishment for me. 888-760-3776. Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline. Are you experiencing foot and ankle pain and need to see an expert in the field? Baptist Health Orthopedic Care is a team of foot and ankle orthopedic surgeons and specialists who are regarded as leaders in their specialty. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho to learn more today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care combines its resources of experienced physicians and leading-edge treatments and technology to provide advanced orthopedic, foot and ankle, joint replacement, spine, and sports medicine care. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho for more information today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has offices conveniently located in Palm Beach County and on through the Florida Keys. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho. 888-760-3776. Is your wife being hot a reason to retire? And how would you fix the NFL officiating rules? We got Phil in Boynton, C-Cat. What does Phil want to talk about? Does he want to talk about fixing the review, or does he want to talk about the nonsense that you and Russo and Rizzo were speaking?
He's got a take on McVay, saying, you know what, maybe a hot wife's a reason. What's up, Phil?
Phil, talk to me, Phil.
Yeah, if you can afford it and you got a hot wife, man, I'd hit the road, man. You'll see none but taillights and just go ride around and get a boat and go to the ocean. And then as far as the replay, it wouldn't work with Theo because Houston would never lose.
Well, they would only get to push the button once, maybe twice a year. I would only save them twice, so they'll be fine.
Each team should at least win a game.
One a game. One common sense button a game.
Yeah.
Okay. Phil has spoken. I appreciate you, Phil. Appreciate that call.
I like the sentiment, though. You know, we work to live. We don't live to work.
Yes,
so
but
if McVay is happy with what he did in the NFL and he's getting stressed out, of course it's a lot different after last night's win. We think about the outlook of Sean McVay's job and why he's doing this and what he can do in the future. But I think that's a good sentiment from Phil.
You do work to live, but some people especially people that climb to that level of their career that quickly as McVay, he's a nut. He's a football nut and a football savant and a genius at his craft. He enjoys his work.
And I guess there's no higher level of winning or there's no higher level of living than playing in competitive playoff football games. That's the highest level of life.
This is living to him. And guess what? He still gets it's not like he has to choose one or the other. He still gets his wife. Like, that's what y'all are missing. She's still there.
It's not college football either, so, like, the recruiting never stops. It's not a thing in the NFL. You have an offseason. Like,
he's not considering – I promise you, if you sat down and talked with Sean McVay down the list of reasons why he might retire, kids would precede a hot wife.
All right.
Ask any married dude. Your kid wanting to spend more time with your kid. You spend so much time with your wife anyway. Not that you ever get tired of it. Love it. Just saying, like, it's going to be kids, something like, I'm missing games. You know, I'm missing practices. I'm missing moments.
First steps, I was in East Rutherford.
Yeah.
Getting the crap kicked out of me. It was 45-16, and
That is
my daughter said, "Dad," for the first time, and I wasn't there for it.
Oh my gosh, that's the kind of stuff you retire for. Not, oh man, have you seen the legs on my wife? I'm out of here.
She just got some plastic surgery.
Smoke show. Like, that's ridiculous.
That would suck, though.
It's ridiculous. All right, 888-760-3776. I do want to take calls on this. Is the real one, and I appreciate Phil for clearing that up. Which team is going to be next in the NFL to reclaim their season? Which middling team in football has a chance this weekend and is most likely to be able to turn it around? Turn it around like the Rams did last night on Thursday Night Football as they're now a game back of their division with Matthew Stafford and their best two weapons, Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua, back in the building. They have the leverage now. They can decide over these next 10 days before the trade deadline, do we sell high on our core group or do we swing for the fences and try and go out and win the division and play meaningful football? Their next 4 games, the ball's in their court. They are at the Seahawks next Sunday. They host the Dolphins the Monday after that. Then they are at the Patriots and play home to the Eagles. These next 4 games can decide their fate, but they have to decide before that Sunday game next weekend against the Seahawks. I do think the Rams hold on, hold tight. Sean McVay's a competitor. Matt Stafford's a competitor. They're going to try to swing for the fences here and contend in an NFC that can be had. Whereas there's other teams this weekend, they're going to get their answer for them. And one of them is the Miami Dolphins, as we did learn that Tua Tagovailoa is going to start for the Dolphins at home against those Cardinals on Sunday at Hard Rock Stadium. The Dolphins 2-4. They have an excellent shot right now to turn their season around if they can beat the brakes. So I need that offense to show me something, though.
Yeah, that Maserati offense that we saw last year.
You got to be that again. You got to get back up to that level again because the game after the Cardinals this weekend is the Bills. And we know how that might turn out if you don't got your stuff in order. The Dolphins have a shot to turn their season around right here. You got to start with the Cardinals. And Tua coming back this weekend is a huge improvement over what could have been the opposite. That's where we're going to take after the break. We also have our underdogs. Cats and Dogs is next. Are you going to try for the New York accent again, C-Cat?
No, I have something more maniacal planned.
Oh, my.
Trust me, you are not going to want to change that dial. You do not want to exit the YouTube stream. This will be a Cats and Dogs that will go down forever in history.
You were more ridiculed for your attempt at your New York accent than the actual underdogs you gave against the spread in football last week.
Dude, speaking of New York, it's a small thing.
Yeah.
I went to the hat store today to buy a Yankees World Series cap. They didn't have them. I was distraught. I was downright distraught. I look like a fool today. I'm wearing pink to look good for it's a wear pink day here at ESPN West Palm. I thought I could accent that with a Yankees World Series hat. No Yankees World Series hat.
Good luck tonight, by the way.
Thank you.
Good luck tonight. Y'all are at the Dodgers to start the World Series tonight. Garrett Cole on the mound. So, feeling confident?
I'm feeling pretty confident.
All right. We'll see. We'll see. World Series kicks off, or what do y'all say? Tees off? World Series starts tonight.
Yeah.
8:08 first pitch, Eastern time. This weekend, a team that's trying to they can't turn their season around because the season's over for Florida State, but they can derail Miami's plan, which might feel better than them even turning their season around and making a bowl game. Florida State, Miami this weekend, and if you want a place to watch it, join us for the Coors Light College Football Game of the Week. Again, Florida State taking on the University of Miami. The ESPN West Palm Street team is going to be at Mulligan's Beach House. That's Mulligan's Beach House in Jensen Beach. Again, this Saturday, literally tomorrow, 7 to 9 p.m., so you can enjoy some $2.50 drafts and $15 buckets of ice-cold Coors Light. Show us your tailgate toss skills as well, and you can win some huge prizes courtesy of Palm Beach Autographs. You must be 21 or older to participate, and Molson Coors reminds you to please drink responsibly. That's going to be fun this weekend. We give you, on the other side, what C-Cat is calling his best yet, Cats and Dogs, where he delivers you the football underdogs of the weekend that you should be looking to make bank off of. We're Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
I'm Wendy Sartori-Link, your Palm Beach County Supervisor of Elections. Tuesday, November 5th is Election Day and the polls are open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Find where you vote at votepalmbeach.gov. Remember to bring your photo and signature ID. If you still have a mail ballot, you can either vote in person at your polling location, drop it off at one of our drop-off locations during designated hours, or bring it to our main office by 7 p.m. on Election Day. It's an honor to serve and ensure your vote counts. See you at the polls. Sponsored by the Palm Beach County Supervisor of Elections Office.
ESPN 106.3 is presented by Rubenstein Law. 1-800-FL-LEGAL. Car accident, truck accident, Uber or Lyft accident, or a slip and fall. Call Rubenstein Law. Call 1-800-FL-LEGAL and visit one of our offices throughout Florida.
Time now for a PNC pause. PNC Bank is committed to helping the customers and the communities they serve move forward financially. See how they can make a difference for you at PNC.com.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
Wake up with the most unsportsmanlike show in America. Unsportsmanlike with me, Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman. Live weekdays 6 to 10 on ESPN 106.3.
Tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care and get back to your best. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Make an appointment today at baptisthealth.net/ortho or call 833-556-6764.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
ESPN 106.3 is presented by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
They can help you if you're in an accident, but your fantasy football team, not so much.
Mark your calendars and gear up for game day. This Sunday, October 27th, join Bud Light and the ESPN West Palm Street Team at Recovery Sports Bar in Port St. Lucie. Catch the action as the Cardinals face off against the Miami Dolphins from 2 to 4 p.m. Showcase your football skills for a chance to qualify for Dolphins tickets. Enjoy $20 Bud Light buckets while you cheer on the Fins. Must be 21 or older to participate. Southern Eagle reminds you to please drink responsibly.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Hi, it's Evan Cohen. This week on ESPN 106.3, we've got it all. Baseball, basketball, and football. Tonight, it's finally here. World Series Game 1. The Yankees and Dodgers, live from Los Angeles, will have every pitch right here. No need to scan the dial. ESPN 106.3 has everything you need to hear.
Banyan Printing, your trusted printing, mailing, and signage partner in the Palm Beaches for over 45 years. Banyan Printing's new metallic ink press adds that extra shine so that your product comes out in glossy gold, sparkling silver, or any other color you want to shine. Banyan Printing is the official printer of Kaiser Athletics and would love to be your official printing partner as well. Order products and learn more about what Banyan Printing can do for your business at banyanonline.com or call 561-586-6220.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is Theoretically Speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
C-Cat in the house. It's your boy Theo Dorsey. We are live on our Prize Picks YouTube stream. And we're rocking and rolling, man. The Dolphins, man, they have a shot. And we're going to later on discuss the 4 most compelling, most pendulum-swinging games for Week 8, especially in the 1 o'clock slate. There's 8 games in the 1 o'clock slate, so that's very impressive. We got the World Series tonight. We got Boise State versus UNLV tonight. Number 17, Boise State. Ashton Genty on Heisman watch. And, of course, we're wearing pink here at the station. If you're on the YouTube stream, you can see it. C-Cat has a pink shirt on. I've got a pink Post-it note on my button down here. And that's because Lionel Messi going to play in his first MLS Cup playoff game tonight at home. Out in Fort Lauderdale, Inter Miami versus Atlanta United. And it's just a lot of motion, baby. Sports-tober. That's what's happening, C-Cat.
Man, stayed locked right here, ESPN 106.3, because after Theoretically Speaking, we got Russo and Rizzo. Then we've got Freddie and Harry till 7, and then World Series Game 1 coverage right here, one-stop shop.
Wow. Company man right here, delivering the goods. Well, a place that always delivers the goods is Kaiser University. We just golfed, what was that, yesterday. Yesterday morning, and I realized there are a couple more things that I need to tune up in my game that I have come off of a little bit. I need some more fine-tuning. I'm going to bring that to my guy Pete at the Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center. KaiserGolfCenter.com. See, my problem, C-Cat, you saw it a bunch. I topped the ball a couple of times.
Yeah, it's a common trait. Pete knows how to fix it.
Yeah, and that's one of those things. It can totally ruin what could have been a perfect golf shot. It's those particulars. As you train like a pro at the Kaiser Golf Center, that's what's going to set you apart from your buddies. That's what's going to have you being the one at the end of 18 collecting the cash. Hey, my Cash App, it's my cell phone number. You can just throw it right to me. Mm-hmm. That's how that's going to work. KaiserGolfCenter.com, 2,000 square foot indoor facility, as well as driving range, chipping and putting outside. It's got the goods. It's got everything you need. Ball flight technology. KaiserGolfCenter.com. Tap in with the Seahawks and train like a pro. C-Cat, it is that time. We gave out our punchline picks yesterday, and our first one hit. We picked the home dog in the Rams.
As our lock.
That was our lock to cover. It was, what, +3 we got that number at?
+3. We didn't need the points.
The Rams won by 10. So we are now
8.
Well,
they covered by 11.
Well, I'm just saying they won the game by 10. They covered by.
Oh, yeah.
You're not counting the safety.
I'm not counting the safety.
Count the safety.
That's
it happened.
Fault.
Yeah.
Dang.
I mean, because it shouldn't have counted, C-Cat.
Fair enough.
Because it literally didn't happen, but it happened because of the rules that didn't get enacted. So we got that one already. That's +2. Again, punchline picks is going to be picks against the spread for football, theoretically speaking, versus Russo and Rizzo. The loser going to have to do stand-up comedy at the end of the football season, right around January, so stay locked in for that. But if you want some dogs to pick this weekend for football, I know just the guy.
David versus Goliath.
Be a dog.
Rocky versus Apollo Creed.
We don't need no meow.
Average Joe's versus Globo Jim.
We don't need no cats.
C-Cat versus the Sports Book.
We need more dogs.
Underdogs are the lifeblood of sports. And every week, C-Cat gives you the underdogs that will shock the world. Welcome to Cats and Dogs.
It's the NFL week before Halloween, and it is time to get spooky.
What the hell is that?
We start in the most haunted college of America, the University of Notre Dame. It's said to be haunted by the ghost of George Gipp, a former football player. The ghost of Gipp is said to haunt Washington Hall, where he died from pneumonia in 1920. Gipp is said to manifest as footsteps, noises, slamming doors, and has even been seen giving students a friendly pat on the back. The famous football saying, "Win one for the Gipper," comes from a speech Gipp gave to his coach on his deathbed. But the ghost of Gipper is no match for our country's finest young men. It'll take the warrior ghosts, the steeplejack, the student professor, the priest, all the ghosts in Notre Dame that there are legend to be had. It won't matter. Take Navy plus 13.5 as the midshipmen not only cover, but they remain undefeated.
That's a dog. That's a real dog right there, C-Cat. I'm with you on that. The only thing I'm mad about is Russo and Rizzo have them for their, for their picks.
Different segment, we're okay. Just it lives within its own.
It's all good. It's all good.
We continue to a school that is a road dog of 20 points. A school that will rise from the dead after being back-to-back Big 12 losses to Texas and South Carolina by a combined score of spooky 69-12.
Nice.
Let me tell you a little story about a restaurant in Norman, Oklahoma. 1986, Jonathan Eric Yost. The teenage son of a temporary human relations instructor, he was playing in the basement. He climbed inside the dumbwaiter right before an unknowing employee called it to the first floor. And then, BAM! Jonathan's neck was caught between the elevator platform and he was never to be heard from again. Take the spooky Sooners, who will ride the power of young Jonathan Eric Yost to victory, covering the 20-point spread versus Ole Miss.
When one of their coordinators talk about he was like a pig in the mud, working with their quarterback. Like, the Sooners feel like a mess right now, and you're picking them. You're really leaning on them. Just like I can't do it. And my dad's a Sooners fan.
To NFL Sunday, where we have a repeat of history. 5 years to the day, the first ever sightings of ghosts on a football field happened. Sam Darnold was the witness.
Ooh.
The Jets were his team. The Patriots were his opponent. Sunday, the Patriots host the Jets. The Patriots are 7-point underdogs. The Patriots will use witchcraft and the powers of the undead to take down Aaron Rodgers, who has admitted on the Pat McAfee show that he too has been plagued by the unknown. Rodgers famously took a trip to Peru in 2020. He encountered the world-famous Hat Man during his Peru retreat. He said, quote, Rodgers did, he will sometimes appear in the distance, usually veiled by darkness, holding the corpse of a dead rabbit and sometimes a blade. Take the Patriots plus the 7, led by the ghosts of our founding fathers.
They're going to absolutely fall on their face this weekend. The Jets are. I love that pick.
We continue to Detroit, where the ghost of Jimmy Hoffa haunts Ford Field. Hoffa was a leader of the International Brotherhood for Teamsters Union and saw the union's highest enrollment while in charge. However, with power came many enemies. Hoffa disappeared on July 30th, 1975 from the parking lot of the Macus Red Fox restaurant. Hoffa was never found, and many within the Detroit organization speculate that he was murdered. Hoffa was a major Lions fan, and the staff at Ford Field believe Hoffa is dead. Hoffa's voice is heard all throughout the stadium, cheering on his beloved team. And that sounds like a distracted Lions staff this time of year. Take the Titans plus the 11 points to pull off the road stunner.
You hear that, C-Cat?
That's Cats and Dogs.
That was Cats and Dogs with C-Cat. Thank you so much. That last one, so I love the idea that Drake May, his first big AFC East moment, as he tries to be one of the quarterbacks that rises to prominence and contends with Josh Allen, is going to be sealing the fate of Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. That is storyline right there. I would love it. Plus, Gerard Mayo's catching a lot of heat right now. He needs this win. The Sooners.
Got the Sooners.
And then also you're picking the Titans after what we saw them do or let the Bills do on them last weekend. You don't think that the Lions, who are a souped-up version of the Bills, offensively at the very least, aren't going to do much more of the same?
Listen, Theo, you are overestimating the amount of football logic that I put into these picks. You are vastly overestimating the amount of film, numbers, trends, stats that I put into these picks. This was purely about the undead.
Don't stop picking bad football teams. The Titans are a bad football team that have quit.
Bad football teams beat good football teams all the time, especially with the powers of the unknown.
You're an idiot. I loved it. See, Cats and Dogs delivers once again. Though if I were you and listening, there were a couple of sharp ones in there, and then he said something about the Sooners bouncing back, which is incredible based on the way that we've seen them play. That's a bad football team. There's several teams in the NFL who have been bad, who have a chance this weekend to turn their seasons around. We're going to discuss some of them plus the biggest games of the 1 o'clock slate. Before we get to the other side, though, C-Cat, I'm curious. I'm going to run the names of these teams by you that I think, just like the Rams last night on Thursday Night Football, have a chance to be revived.
They're not dead yet.
Revived.
It's only 7 weeks.
Oh, some of these teams are dead.
Okay.
There's some dead teams. There's some zombies out there in the NFL right now, including those Titans. Here go some teams that are on their deathbed, right? They're on life support, and they can be revived. Let's start with the Dolphins, who get Tua back this weekend, 2-4, and they host the Cardinals. They've been on life support. Literally, their quarterback at one point, I assume, had some kind of machine hooked up to him multiple times this past couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think that I'm ready to call it with the Dolphins. I know you are psyched about what they can do, what they have shown that the Dolphins are really capable of.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's happening this year. I think this is a lost season.
They've got 2 weekends to prove it. It starts Sunday at home. The Cardinals can be had. The Cardinals aren't that good. They're 3-4, but they can easily be had. That's a bad defense. I think the Dolphins can make headway there, but they're going to – this weekend doesn't even matter because next weekend they got the Bills, and that's where you make your money on the road. Okay, how about the 2-5 Jets? Obviously, everybody's pointing to that game, which I think they'll lose just like you said, but – they could turn things around with a demonstrative win over the Patriots.
You know, it's hard to not think about the season where the Packers were looking bad, and I think Aaron Rodgers went on probably ESPN Madison and said, relax.
Yep.
But newsflash, Aaron Rodgers, you're not in your prime anymore. You are not the Aaron Rodgers that we knew. This is one Achilles surgery and many years after that. So I'm ready to call it on the Jets as well.
Okay.
I think that division is horrid.
So you think
the Bills and everybody else?
You think the Dolphins and the Jets have no shot at revival? They're
revival.
Done.
Yeah.
Okay. I had them in there, but I'll come back to those. 4 more for you. The 3-4 Bengals.
Bengals, they're alive. They are certainly alive.
I think they're still on life support. I don't think they've beaten anybody that's actually good, and they have to do it this weekend against the Eagles, who have shown some chinks in their armor. So the Bengals at 3-4 need to win this weekend. If they don't, I'll write them off, and we just got a report that T. Higgins, questionable.
What?
So if T. Higgins doesn't play this weekend, I think they're absolutely cooked.
He is so important to that offense. I think he is, as crazy as it sounds, I think he's actually more important to that offense than Jamar Chase is.
No.
Yes.
He might be more. He's more important to that offense. You could make the argument that he might be more important than the quarterback. You could make that argument based on how Joe Burrow has played without him, also how the Bengals played without Joe Burrow. You can make the argument T. Higgins more important to that offense than
what I'm saying
Joe
is
Burrow.
The difference of what that team looks like with Jamar Chase and no T. Higgins is far different than it is T. Higgins and no Jamar Chase.
He needs T. Higgins on the field. We both agree Joe Burrow needs T. Higgins to succeed.
I think he certainly does. I think T. Higgins is going to get number 1 wide receiver money, rightfully so.
Yeah.
Soon.
I wonder what that's going to look like. I wonder if that market shifts back in any way based on how the receivers that got paid this year play. T. Higgins playing on that franchise tag. We'll see what he hits on the open market. So the Bengals, we agree, in need of a revival this weekend. The 2-5 Jaguars, are they dead to you? Or if they beat the Packers at Trevor Bank, we'll discuss this, but can we at least agree if they beat the Packers this weekend, they're back alive?
Yeah.
At 3-5, they would be.
But I'm putting myself in my own shoes on Sunday night. And am I like hyping up the Jags after a win? No, that feels like a blip on the radar.
Okay.
So I'm ready to dig.
They're dead
put dirt in the grave. I know it sounds doom and gloom, and we're less than halfway through the season.
You're killing teams early, bro. We see this every year where one of these teams surprise us, and it starts right around this time of the year. But okay, we'll kill the Jaguars off for now. 2 more, and they play each other on Sunday Night Football. The 3-3 Cowboys and the 3-4 Niners both have a shot at revival this weekend. I believe it's going to be the Cowboys that get it done, though.
So are you asking if either of those teams are dead already?
Are either of them dead to you already?
Cowboys feel dead to me already.
Wow.
Feels like a two-team race in the NFC East.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll discuss the most important games of the 1 o'clock slate, which we have 8 of them on the other side, plus more of which team in the league can turn their season around like the Rams did last night when everybody people were saying the Rams were dead. Less than 24 hours ago, people wrote off the Rams, and here they are now, a game back for the lead in their division. That's CCAT. I'm Theo Dorsey. On the other side again, we get around with the best games of the 1 o'clock slate. And very soon, CEO of the Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches, Todd Fleming, to come in here, and we play Who Missed the Cut with some prominent quarterbacks, including Aaron Rodgers. Who doesn't like some Aaron Rodgers talk? That's what we're delivering on Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
ESPN 106.3 is presented by Rubenstein Law. 1-800-FL-LEGAL. Car accident, truck accident, Uber or Lyft accident, or a slip and fall. Call Rubenstein Law. Call 1-800-FL-LEGAL and visit one of our offices throughout Florida.
Palm Beach County's premier college football event is back. Don't miss the 2024 Boca Raton Bowl, Wednesday, December 18th from FAU Stadium and broadcast live on ESPN. Last year's game saw in-state Rising Power USF beat Syracuse out of the ACC. What will this year's game have in store? Big names, big teams, big action. The 2024 Boca Raton Bowl, December 18th at FAU Stadium on ESPN. Don't miss out. Find out more at BocaRatonBowl.com.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code MOVE to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code MOVE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code MOVE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
ESPN 106.3 is presented by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
They can help you if you're in an accident, but your fantasy football team, not so much.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Trans World Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
Batter up, swing, batter, batter, swing, batter, batter.
This one is for all the marbles. World Series week on ESPN 106.3 is presented by PNC Bank. PNC Bank is committed to making a difference in the lives of the customers they serve in the South Florida community. See how at PNC.com. World Series week on ESPN 106.3 is also presented by Hurricane Grill and Wings, X-Golf West Palm Beach, The Breakers Palm Beach, and South Florida Ford.
Tee up your taste buds with the ultimate pairing, great food and golf. Theo Dorsey here at The House in West Palm Beach. Overlooking the park's world-class 18-hole golf course, The House offers coastal American dishes that will satisfy anyone's palate. The House is open Thursday through Sunday for lunch, brunch, and dinner. Stop by for an entree and receive a free round at the park's The Lit 9 Par 3 course. On The House. Visit thehousewestpalm.com for their full menu and to make reservations.
Join Yingling and ESPN West Palm this Sunday from 1 to 3 p.m. at E.R. Bradley Saloon in downtown West Palm. Enjoy Yingling flight bottle specials and $5 pints. The ESPN West Palm Street team is on hand with tailgating games, prizes, and Yingling swag. Watch Miami take on Arizona and the entire 1 o'clock Sunday slate. It's Yingling and ESPN West Palm Sunday at E.R. Bradley Saloon on Clematis Street in West Palm. Must be 21 plus. Presented by Yingling, America's oldest brewery. Please drink responsibly.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is Theoretically Speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Yeah, baby. It's a Football Friday here on ESPN 106.3. Theoretically Speaking, it's your boy Theo Dorsey. That's C-Cat. Very soon, we're going to have our guy, Todd Fleming, from the from the Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches. He's the CEO. We'll do some Who Missed the Cut, talking future Hall of Fame quarterbacks. This weekend, though, want to invite you out. The Bud Light Football Tour is back as Florida State's going to take on the University of Miami, so you can join the ESPN West Palm Street team tomorrow from 5 to 7 at the Boulevard in Boynton Beach. All right, come show us your football skills. We're going to be giving away tickets to a University of Miami game, and you know those, the price of those keep going up as the Winds keep doing the same for the Canes. Drink specials include buckets for $20 of Bud Lights or $25 Ultra buckets. You must be 21 or older to participate. Southern Eagle reminds you to drink responsibly. C-Cat, it is about that time. It is week 8 in the NFL. We saw the Rams get the win, get the winning started for teams fighting for position in the NFC. We have 8 1 o'clock games this Sunday. 8 of them. That's a lot of games for the early slate this deep in the season with bye weeks and generally with more action on prime time on Monday nights and Thursday nights. Usually there's like an international game. No, a robust 1 o'clock slate. So for this get around, we are going to actually hit up some of the best 1 o'clock games that are going to have our attention that matter to the trajectory of the NFL this year. So let's hop on our favorite vehicle, the get around, and let's talk some NFL football. Now, if you're wondering where to catch these games, the easy answer is go to ESPN.com, hit where to watch. Or you can just jump on your ESPN app and just find where to watch. When you go to the where to watch feature, it shows you exactly where you can see any of these games or any other sport. Plus, it's a click away. They're not trying to gatekeep this information from you. They know that maybe you have some scratch on the games. Maybe you want to see your favorite team and you have no idea where to watch them. ESPN is making it easier for you, even if it's not on ESPN or ABC.
That's the best part.
Yeah.
They're not being selfish about it, not protecting their own channels. No. It's wherever that game is being broadcasted on, they will tell you where to find it.
Where and also when, which is timely because there's a certain player playing in a game this weekend who didn't know when the game would kick off.
Next stop.
We stop in Cincinnati, Ohio. Our first stop of the get-around. The Bengals, they're pulling a Penn State. Having a whiteout game against the Eagles on Sunday.
Nice, a night game.
Only the game was originally scheduled in the second slate, got bumped to a 1 o'clock start. Eastern kickoff.
That's not going to work out.
Apparently, that was news to star receiver Jamar Chase, and he had some words to say.
Wait, this game got moved to 1 p.m.? I'm under a rock, bro. I'm not going to lie. I did not know that. I don't think no one was going to tell me that either until you did. I don't like that time, though. I don't like that time because it's too early in the morning for me to wake up. And 4 o'clock's pretty cool. It's like right in the middle of the daytime, and you get to leave after. You still have a few time to go eat dinner with your family. I'll probably say 4. They should have kept it at 4.
What time do you prefer your favorite team to play, C-Cat?
Anything prime time.
Yeah.
I like enjoying all the games at the same time and not having to worry about my favorite team.
I prefer prime time as well. If it's going to be when other games are going simultaneously, he's right. That 4 o'clock kick is better because there's less to lock in on. Do you really believe he did not know when that game was kicking off by now? I know he got flexed, but come on.
I think he's not lying. I think he's being honest because I've done stuff like that too, where a game that I'm working, I'm not playing in the game, a game I'm working, I don't know the time of that game until that day. I wake up and I find out somehow that way. I mean, it's not going to change much for him until that day, right?
It's very true. It's very true. You know who you're playing. You're preparing for the opponent. The time is not going to change much, except for he says he's not a morning guy, so I guess it will.
Next
Likely
stop.
no T. Higgins, too. That's tough.
To the Ville we go, Duval. The Jaguars host the Packers in Trevor Banks Stadium, named after their franchise quarterback, who has a losing record in the building. Both teams paid their quarterback this offseason, which will have a better Sunday.
So Jordan Love leads the league in interceptions right now, but the Jaguars have only caught one pick all season. Something's got to give on Sunday. You would assume this is an opportunistic Jaguars defense that plays a lot of man coverage. I mean, the answer here is easy. I have more faith in Jordan Love than I do Trevor Lawrence. But if Trevor Lawrence wants any semblance of having that contract to be fortified and people to feel good about it, this is his last chance. The Jaguar season is literally dead and over if he can't get a win at home this Sunday.
If the NFC North was what the NFC North has been maybe the past decade, I think maybe this is kind of a lack of urgency game for the Packers, a sleepwalk through it. Jaguars need the game more. Jaguars win the game.
Yeah.
But like you said, what are the Packers one loss away from being tied for last place in their own division?
Packers lose their last.
Like, the urgency is there.
Yeah.
This is a 4-horse race in the North.
And NFC North is difficult, and I do expect the Packers to win, but I'm saying the Jags have a chance. If Trevor Lawrence wants to live up to the that contract they gave him, this is the Sunday to show us.
Next stop.
Going to the H. Is that what they call it?
That's the city, baby. Splash Town, yeah.
Houston, Texas, for those that don't know what the H is, like me about 6 months ago.
Oh, my God.
The Texans are hosting the Colts for the top spot in the AFC South.
What else would it be? What else would it be the H?
Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Hazleton, Pennsylvania.
You're the only one that know those cities because you grew up in Pennsylvania or you went to college there.
Happy Valley, Pennsylvania.
Honolulu, Hawaii.
Hughesville, Maryland, where I was born.
Okay, does that start with an H?
Hughesville, yeah.
I mean, it sounds like it could start with other letters, like silent.
Yeah. Hughesville.
Hughesville, Maryland.
The H, Houston. Yeah, it's Texans, Colts for the top spot in the AFC South. Week 1, Anthony Richardson threw 2 50-yard touchdown bombs. The Texans won, however, 29-27. No Nico Collins for the Texans this time. Who you got? Colts, Texans.
It better be the Texans. It really better be the Texans because they've shown some shakiness. They just had that loss to the Packers. They need to bounce back right here at home. But just like I said about Trevor Lawrence, like Anthony Richardson has not been good this year. He's had some of his best games in his career against the Texans. This is the spot. He's going to have some eyes on him. A very interesting 1 o'clock game, and I wouldn't be surprised if right around that halfway slate when you're checking your fantasy football updates to see who's doing well. What's that? The Colts? Colts up 10 at the half?
These quarterbacks have both been very regular this season.
Yeah.
Richardson below par. C.J. Stroud, 10 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Not very good.
He had a game under 100 passing yards last week. It's ugly.
Ridiculous. I mean,
somebody got to pop out.
Didn't it take till like week 10 for him to throw 1 interception last year? It was a ridiculous amount of time for C.J. Stroud to throw that.
Yeah. He's tossed them all over the place now, and you got to wonder, how does he shake out of that sophomore slump? Does he use this weekend to do it?
Next stop.
Quick turnaround because we go to Tampa, Florida. No Chris Godwin, no Mike Evans, but a Baker Mayfield who leads the league in passing touchdowns, and the Bucs will host the Falcons for the top spot in the NFC South. Is this the Bucs season already over?
I think it is. And I think the Bucs lose, obviously, this weekend to the Falcons at home, but I do think the Bucs season is over. Baker is excellent in situations that are cleaner. Kind of like Brock Purdy, kind of like Tua. You start taking those weapons away, the flaws start to pop out. I am concerned for Baker this weekend. He leads the league in passing touchdowns, yes, but I do think that the Falcons, they have a very opportunistic secondary. They have a terrible pass rush, an opportunistic secondary. I think we see the Baker Mayfield pumpkining finish out this weekend with the lack of targets.
I hope not. Kind of like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this year.
Yeah.
The kind of like you and many others wrote that division off, minus the Falcons coming into the year.
It's over with.
And they smacked everybody in the face immediately. Injury luck is a beast, man.
It sucks. It absolutely sucks. What doesn't suck is the Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beach is one of my favorite events every single year here in Palm Beach County. It's going to be late February. Mark your calendars. And if you don't remember that, just by me saying it now, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Todd Fleming, CEO of the Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches, he pulls up on the other side. We're playing Who Missed the Cut? Aaron Rodgers, Lamar Jackson, Matt Stafford, and Russell Wilson, future Hall of Fame quarterbacks. That's on the other side on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Want to accelerate your career as a manager or executive in the exciting industry of sports? Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program is ranked #1 in Florida and 10th in the world. Students learn practical and applied skills from top faculty and experts who work in the industry. With a 94% placement rate for all grads, the full-time MBA program sets students up for success in the world of sports. Check out Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program today by going to business.fau.edu.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 106.3.
WUUB Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
When it comes to choosing a health plan, you can trust the members who have experienced it firsthand. Humana is proud to offer a Medicare Advantage plan in Florida that earned 5 out of 5 stars. 5 stars is the highest rating possible. It's based on real members' experiences, and it's decided by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Our Humana Gold Plus HMO earned 5 out of 5 stars. That means a few things. It means members get outstanding customer service. It means we connect them with excellent preventive care and chronic condition support. Most of all, it means you have a trustworthy option for a Medicare Advantage plan. Explore our 5-star Humana Gold Plus HMO at humana5star.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Every year, Medicare evaluates plans based on a 5-star rating system. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Mega Thrills at Rapids Water Park. Mega Fun. And new Mega Mayhem, now open. The first dueling water coaster in Florida. Buy single-day tickets in advance online and save. Only at South Florida's Mega Thrill capital, Rapids Water Park.
Mark your calendars and gear up for game day. This Sunday, October 27th, join Bud Light and the ESPN West Palm Street team at Recovery Sports Bar in Port St. Lucie. Catch the action as the Cardinals face off against the Miami Dolphins from 2 to 4 p.m. Showcase your football skills for a chance to qualify for Dolphins tickets. Enjoy $20 Bud Light buckets while you cheer on the Fins. Must be 21 or older to participate. Southern Eagle reminds you to please drink responsibly.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. This is the reason why we do this. This is literally the reason why I love sitting here, jumping on the mic, chopping it up, talking sports. Our days like this, heading into a weekend like what we have ahead of us. We got the World Series getting started. We got NFL Week 8. A lot of teams in that position to make some big moves. I mean, we got Inter Miami tonight. We're wearing pink for Inter Miami, kicking off the MLS playoffs, Messi's first MLS Cup playoff game or match. And then we got C-Cat on the other side of the ones and twos, and our guy, Todd Fleming, CEO of the Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches, who has some big plans on Sunday. You're going to be kicked up with your feet up, and you're going to be watching for the first time in a couple of months Tua Tagovailoa throw the ball around.
I can't wait. It's going to be amazing. I'm worried. I got to be honest.
Yeah.
I hope everything goes well for our friend.
Yes.
Because I need him back at our golf tournament because he played in our Pro-Am last year. So I need him healthy the rest of the year so that way he can come in and stroke some balls with us come February and March.
You should have a word with Mike McDaniel. Say, like, you know what? Let's protect the quarterback. We don't need him rolling out of the pocket. We need him for the golf outing.
Yes.
I actually may have a different conversation with him of like, hey, why don't we just transition sports? Let's just go to golf fully.
Just
you can coach. You can coach. And then let's start our progression towards the senior tour.
Yeah, get him right. Get him ready.
I'll throw it out there.
He's got the guaranteed money already. He's locked in.
He's good.
He'll be solid. Y'all won't even have to pay him. You could play like the Steelers are playing right now and let somebody else pay him while you play him.
Yeah, I like that approach.
Yeah. That's the Steelers Mike Tomlin approach right now. You pay Russell Wilson, we'll play him. And boy, has it worked out at least through one game for the Steelers. I doubted the move. C-Cat, I feel like before the season, you were on Russell Wilson over Justin Fields.
Certainly was.
So you were happy about Tomlin making this move.
I was.
Todd.
But tell us why.
Yeah, I don't get that either.
So I think we saw a large career of Russell Wilson, and only parts of it were negative. And the parts that were negative had one common denominator. They were in Denver with a situation that he just wasn't suited for.
That last season with the Seahawks, though, didn't look good either. He was deteriorating that last year. And that's why I think Pete Carroll and them were fine with letting him get out.
I think he was given the word that he was the starter. And I think once you give someone your word, what changed? Nothing. We saw the same Justin Fields.
4-2 with Fields.
We saw the same Justin Fields that we saw with Chicago, just a better supporting cast.
True.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's a good problem to have two quarterbacks that can run your offense.
Yeah.
They're both different and diverse. Best of luck to them this week, but I need to see more before I'm going to opt in.
I've made the argument, and I still stand by it. It just is shifting now for me. Russell Wilson, as it stands today, is not a future Hall of Fame quarterback. Russell Wilson was a Hall of Fame quarterback through his Seahawks tenure, and he was en route for it, which is why we have to be careful about throwing around the tag of future Hall of Famer. He had it. He was on track for it. In fact, I would argue if he retired instead of got traded to the Broncos, if he retired then, he would have been a first ballot Hall of Famer.
I think you're on to something. I think there's a completely different story about how the last 3 to 4 years of his career have gone that ultimately are going to taint kind of what we think of him or what voters will think of him when it comes his time to receive a vote or not.
And that's the part of the problem. And if he would have, if Pete Carroll would have ran the ball, if he would have handed it off to Marshawn Lynch instead of either trying to get Wilson the MVP or just trying to get a little too fancy pants for himself, if he hands that ball off and Russell Wilson has 2 Super Bowl titles, it's no question. With just 1 Super Bowl title, never being in the MVP conversation, being a guy that resonated in one fan base, was the face of a team that was more so defined by the defense, and kind of came out, 4th-round pick, underground story. Everything about him was trending towards the Hall of Fame, but I do think you can play your way out of it. You can stay too long, live it long enough to see yourself become the villain. Yeah. And these past few years of Russell Wilson, what we've seen is him leave Seattle. The Seahawks get immediately better with the same supporting cast and with a quarterback that everybody wrote off in Geno Smith.
Correct.
That's part of it too.
Yeah.
Look at those NFC West standings right now. They're still good. The Seahawks are actually first place in the NFC West right now. So we watched Russell Wilson go from the Seahawks to the Broncos, look miserable. Now he's back with the Steelers. He almost lost his job, but my argument now today is, though he did play his way out of being a Hall of Famer, he has a chance to play himself back into that conversation if he's able to do some damage with the Steelers, similar to what he showed us against the Jets. If he's able to continue that and show us competency at the quarterback position and maybe start to like feel, leave us on a high note. Right. What was Jerry Seinfeld's his number one rule of showbiz is to leave while you're on top, right?
Right. Yeah.
Leave on a high note. Leave while you're on top. If Russell Wilson's able to win a playoff game, make the postseason at the very least with the Steelers, I do think he can play his way back into a gold jacket. And that leaves us where we stand right now in the NFL. We've had this conversation. Who are the active quarterbacks, Todd Fleming, in the NFL today who you would say are surefire Hall of Famers when they retire? So active quarterbacks right now in the league, surefire Hall of Famers right now.
I think it boils down to, for me, there's a couple. Irregardless of what's happening in New Jersey, I'm not going to call it New York.
I think out of respect for real New Yorkers like CCAT.
Exactly.
Upstate.
The Meadowlands is a beautiful place for certain times of the year, right? But I think Aaron Rodgers is in.
There you go. Okay.
I think, again, the MVPs, the stats, the tenure in Green Bay and the Super Bowl win, I think he's in. As you look around the rest of the league, though, I think there's one other name that pops up to me.
Yeah.
But he's still got a lot to go. He's still young in his career. I think it's Lamar.
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
He's got two. Nobody else with 2 MVPs has missed the Hall of Fame, and he also has those 2 MVPs while looking like his career winning percentage is like what, in the 78, 79% range?
Yeah, I think it's important for a Hall of Fame case. Can you ever say you were a top 2, top 3 at your position?
Yeah.
And Lamar Jackson can certainly say that for a little stretch of time here.
For a stretch of time, for like most of his career. His first career year starting, he was the unanimous MVP.
Right. But he plays a position, though, that there's different qualifiers, right?
Yeah.
You can be number 1 and number 2 or even number 3 during your time at that position, but you got to win.
You do have to win.
He's got to get 1 across the line,
if
not 2. I mean, if you look at Rodgers has got the 1, right? But he's got the MVPs. It's a very similar type of path that Lamar is on, but he's got to get at least 1. He plays a position it's just graded differently.
You do. It does feel like you have to win a ring at this day and age in this era to make the Hall of Fame. I kind of think Lamar can get there without it if he stays good for longer. Like if he has one, like if he literally retired today, maybe you can make the case against him. I still think he'd make it, maybe not first ballot, but I think we all agree he's a future Hall of Famer.
Yeah. I agree.
I think if there were odds out, and there aren't, because it's a weird thing, odds out on will this player be in the Hall of Fame, I think he'd have a little minus sign.
Minus 1,000 probably. And also, it would take so long to cash that.
Yeah.
Like you might not make it. You might have to hand that down to your kids.
That's going to get willed down. That's going to be in somebody's will and trust if we took that bet.
Yes. So we got Lamar Jackson. We got Aaron Rodgers. Let's say Russ is.
I would disagree right now.
That Russ is not?
I'd disagree. I don't think Russ is in.
Okay.
I think the way that the tenure has gone, and if you look at the stats, I do agree that he is going to be, if he would have got that second Super Bowl, then it's the Eli Manning case.
Right.
He's in. Doesn't matter. You've gotten 2. You were the best. You got your team over the hump twice. I think, again, his stats are probably going to get there for him to be in the discussion. I do not believe he's a first ballot.
No, he's not first ballot
by any means.
He's not.
I think this Pittsburgh experiment, we are going to need a couple years if his body can maintain at some high level play, a couple rounds of playoff wins. For him to put the green or the gold jacket back on. I'm thinking golf.
Cognizant Classic CEO Todd Fleming staying with golf on the mind, thinking green jackets. CCAT, how about this then? We're gonna do a who missed the cut. We'll do a who missed the cut. We'll do it in the theme of future Hall of Fame quarterbacks. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes is going to he might walk into the Hall of Fame tomorrow. I mean, he's that good and has that good of accolades already. We'll leave him out of this discussion. It's too easy to save him.
Yeah, they made his bust already.
Yeah, they're already molding it up.
Mm-hmm.
If you're doing Patrick Mahomes' bust, though, are you going to the hair, all of the flaily hair? What if that changes in the next 10 years? What if he goes buzz cut? Which look do you go with? I think that's a little hard for him.
You got to go with the look now.
The hair, right?
You got to go with he's got 3.
Peak of his powers with it.
Peak of the power was the wavy hair. You got to go with it.
I'm curious because he might change it up in the future, and then it's like the bald versus Fro Kobe,
Yeah, I almost was going to say you got to do it when he's in his prime is right now, but
it's going to keep
going.
It's
almost doubting what if the future of Pat Mahomes, dare I say, better than the present. It's scary to think, but who am I to doubt?
Who are we to doubt? the GOAT.
Well, we're not doubting him because he's out of the equation.
Yeah, he's out.
We know he's already in.
We're not talking Patrick Mahomes. So we'll do this right now. We'll do who missed the cut, and we'll do 4 active quarterbacks who are future Hall of Famers in many of people's books. Matthew Stafford, who got the win last night, who got his boys back with the Rams and got the win. Aaron Rodgers, Lamar Jackson, and Russell Wilson. And who missed the cut, always brought to you by one of the best events in all of Palm Beach County.
Oh, my goodness. This is not good. It's beyond hard to watch.
4 will enter. 3 will survive. It's time for Who Missed the Cut? Presented by the Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches, February 27th through March 2nd.
So, the Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches, we've talked to you about it many a times. You know that the dates, February 27th through March 2nd, it's going to be at PGA National in Palm Beach Gardens. If you want to host people to these amazing hospitality suites, you want to go online right now, cognizantclassic.com. Figure out what's available. Reserve a spot for some tickets, and our guy Todd Fleming, who's the CEO of the Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches, before he tells you more about that tournament, we need to lock in on choosing one of these 4. Between Lamar Jackson, Matt Stafford, Russell Wilson, and Aaron Rodgers, we're playing Who Missed the Cut. Only one can survive. Who are we going to protect first in this instance? Like, we have 3 quarterbacks that have 1 Super Bowl, but then we have a quarterback with 2 MVPs who looks probably like the best talent right now.
I know, like 6 minutes from now, I'll be defending Russell Wilson. So I'm not going to do it yet. So I'll put that off to the side.
Hold it off.
I think you have to defend first Matt Stafford.
Wow.
Greatest quarterback of all time in one organization, won a Super Bowl in another organization. He's going to be at the top of the charts in all his record books. He's doing it for a long time. I think out of these 4 guys, you got to count the rings, and you qualify it with 2 guys that do have rings, or 3 guys that do have rings in this conversation.
Yeah.
Matt Stafford, I think, at the cream of the crop here.
He has the highest Q rating of these 4 quarterbacks.
Yeah, I did. I mean, and again, he's approaching 60,000 passing yards too, which is a nice threshold. So, look, I think the discussion, I mean, to go back to what we were doing, if we think Aaron Rodgers and we think Lamar are future Hall of Famers, we got to protect the one that's got the ring, right? So I think we can all agree that Aaron Rodgers has made the cut.
Wow. So we got to protect Aaron. So you're right. It would be disrespectful to cut a guy with 4 MVPs and a Super Bowl.
Is Aaron Rodgers the greatest Packer quarterback of all time? I can't confidently say that.
I can't. Not yet.
See, the experts out there, they were really talking about how he is the beautiful thrower of the football that they've ever seen.
So nice. He throws it so well.
The eye test matters, man. I know it gets counted off sometimes, but you know it when you see it with football more than any other sport. Baseball, the numbers matter.
Okay.
Basketball, nowadays, the numbers matter. Football, you still know it when you see it. I think I'm happy with that. Aaron Rodgers, I think he's got to be safe.
So you want to protect Aaron Rodgers. Todd, you want to protect Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
I'm outvoted here because I wouldn't have done it. But Aaron Rodgers, you are immunized.
Nice.
Okay. C-Cat, we teamed up nicely there. We got that one across the line. That was good.
Aaron Rodgers is safe.
You swayed me.
Aaron Rodgers is safe. Okay, he's safe. It's 4 MVPs. It's hard to argue with. The next guy on this list, like if you were like, hey, I'm going to give you 50-yard line seats, front row to watch this quarterback play, and you had to choose between Matthew Stafford, Lamar Jackson, and Russell Wilson, I mean, come on. It's not even a choice.
It's not even a choice.
Yeah.
How do you not protect Lamar Jackson? This dude is nothing. We've never seen anything like this.
You tell your kids about Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah, you walk away feeling like you watched something special.
Yes.
When you're there. Whether you're in the upper level or you're at the 50-yard line, you know when you're watching greatness, and he's bringing it every single time that he's on the field. He's in.
Opposing defensive coordinators can't simulate Lamar Jackson.
No.
He is one of a kind.
Oof.
He is my quarterback. I'm a Ravens fan.
Right, that's what they're saying.
I'm comfortable in saying, even without a Super Bowl berth, that talent jumps off the screen every time he's on the field.
So amazing.
It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
That's how I think of it. You're right. The eye test is he may have not gotten there yet, but it's just a matter of time.
Lamar Jackson and Aaron Rodgers both protected. Lamar needs to protect his immune system. Every single time, like the last 3 games of the regular season, it's like Lamar's on the injury report. Oh, what's wrong? A hamstring? Is it his shoulder? No, he's sick.
Yeah.
What the hell is up with that, C-Cat? Have y'all gotten to the bottom of that?
I have not gotten to the bottom of that yet.
He's got too much Old Bay. Remember where he's at. He's too much Old Bay in his food. He's got to get away from it.
Get out of there. That's why he needed to leave Baltimore. Whatever the heck is in the air or that food is getting our guys sick left and right. So now who we have left here on Who Missed the Cut, presented by the Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches, we have Matthew Stafford and Russell Wilson. I kind of figured we'd get down to these two.
It's a good race.
Yeah.
This is a good – you have two very comparable quarterbacks.
Very comparable.
The only thing is Matt Stafford never had the down stretch like Russell Wilson had the down stretch with Denver.
But he had the irrelevant stretch in Detroit.
That's true. But
so Russell Wilson has been very relevant his entire career. There's been like 5 or 6 years you can tell the story of the NFL without even thinking of Matthew Stafford's name.
Yeah.
Well, but let me take you back to, last week at the same time, we took a look at Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
Same organization, very irrelevant during his time there. But Barry, we saved. So I don't think we can hold it against Matt that Detroit during his time wasn't as good. They didn't put the talent around him. He did get them to the playoffs. It was a very similar type of approach to what we just said that Barry did.
Yeah.
And then I go back to the fact he did it. Now he transitions out, goes to a new team, wins it.
Instantly. And we talk about this. I compared Derrick Henry going to the Ravens to what it would have been if Barry Sanders, instead of retiring, left the Lions and went to a contender and really showed out, even in his latter years. Yeah. Matt Stafford did it.
Well, and he's doing it at a later age for an athlete.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, when he made that transition and won, he was later in his career.
That's impressive.
If we're gonna balance them against each other, Russell later in his career moves on.
Yeah.
Decline.
It's been bad. It's been terrible since he left his team.
Decline. So
that's another thing we're looking at. We're looking at 3 quarterbacks. Rodgers, who we were protected, who left the Packers organization, immediately has looked worse.
Yep.
Russell Wilson, same thing for the Broncos. We'll see what happens with the Steelers. Stafford leaves, and he just skyrockets to a Super Bowl immediately.
And has maintained a high level of play as he's been healthy.
Still good.
Again, his assets around him in LA aren't always there either.
Yeah.
Like look, Puka's out this year. Cup out last year.
Yeah.
And still performed. To me, that's the key distinction between the two.
I know you want to fight for Russ, C-Cat. I'll give you the floor right here, but I am so heavily on the Stafford side right now. The only check in the box for Russ to me right now would be, he comes with Sierra.
He's been in more Super Bowls. How about that? He's the greatest quarterback of all time in Seattle. He holds all the records there.
Stafford's the greatest in Detroit.
Seattle's a better organization historically than Detroit.
All right, so he was greater in a better organization with a Hall of Fame coach. Stafford, name a coach he played for in Detroit.
Jim Caldwell.
That's it. Is he going to be in the Hall of Fame?
No.
But he did play with Megatron.
Yeah, well,
Come
fair.
on. This is tough.
And he got him in the Hall.
I'm at the point where I'm going to make concessions.
Yes.
Is there anything that Russell Wilson can do to make him leap over Matt Stafford when we look at the history books?
He would have to me, if Russell Wilson can win 2 playoff games as a Steeler, maybe not just this year, but maybe the next 2 years, he does it twice in a row. If this year, for sure, if he wins 2 playoff games with that team, I consider putting him over Stafford.
I can get behind that. I think if he wins a big, like if they match up with Buffalo or they
Right.
match up with
That's
Baltimore,
true.
in some way,
that.
somehow he pulls it off.
Yeah.
I could see myself swaying to the other side, but I think as we sit right now with what the decision that we have to make, I think I'm on the Stafford side.
At one point on that, you saw how bad the Steelers were in the playoffs against Buffalo last year.
Yeah.
Imagine they win a game like that, and the one big difference is the quarterback. That would certainly
I don't
be a page
disagree.
turner.
I don't disagree, but we're not there.
Yeah, we're not there yet. So guess what? Russell Wilson, you got the big chop.
Got to.
My goodness. This is not good. It's beyond hard to watch.
Russell Wilson missed the cut. Stafford, Rodgers, Lamar Jackson, and Russell Wilson. He's the one that missed the cut of future Hall of Fame quarterbacks that are active in the NFL. And again, Patrick Mahomes is immune to this conversation. Todd Fleming, CEO of the Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches. That was another fun one, man. My heart was kind of pumping. That music.
That music got me going. And by the way, like that was some really good, healthy debate between them. We're slotting in really nicely with each other. We're finally getting comfortable and we can challenge each other. It's good.
It hasn't gotten heated yet. Like I'm waiting for an object to get thrown. That's when you know.
Luckily, the glasses here, man. I'm hamming up against it. A caged animal.
Well, you know when he doesn't agree with it, the head goes down. He just shakes his head a little bit. So we can see it.
Yeah.
But eventually you'll be able to reach through the wall and touch us and tell us that we're wrong.
He wanted Russell Wilson to make it.
The only reason I hold my tongue is because I want to not be barred from the Cognizant Classic.
That's true.
If I make a mess of things here, I do not want my access revoked to the Cog.
Well, look, last week we said it's all transparency, open honesty, and genuineness, right? So there is no blockage, man.
No
block. You.
All right,
no block. In fact, you're doing more than doing, beyond not blocking CCAD, you're actually swinging into the Cognizant Classic Care stuff, and y'all are doing good in the community. What's this I hear about a major donation around the corner?
Yeah, there's a couple things coming up, and again, we've done a lot here talking about again the revamp and the revitalization and kind of the evolution of the experience. That's all great. The reason why you do that though is to make an impact in the community, and so I think today I just want people to understand that the whole reason why the tournament exists, the whole reason why the PGA Tour got involved and why Cognizant got involved was to be very charitable with their finances in and around the tournament, and how are we making an impact in this community? And so, to the tune of $6.8 million has been impacted from the tournament alone in 2024 back into this county and this community. So I think it's really, really important for us to continue to lean into that. And on the go forward, I think what you saw this week, we launched our Birdies program, which is always really fun for people to participate in. All of the proceeds for that are generated from each of the 501c3s that participate in that program, they keep all that money. And the great thing about it is we've pooled some money. The tournament, the PGA Tour, we've pooled some money to act as a bonus. So for each of those 501c3s that are driving really significant types of signups and people dropping in their $20 to figure out who makes the most birdies.
Yeah,
we're going to give a little bit of money back.
And describe that tournament, because some people, of course, the Birdie Bash. People hear it, we talk about it, but it's literally like your golf game. The more birdies you sink in that day, the more you raise for like describe that process for me.
Well, the Birdies program that we launched is literally you're making, it's betting, it's gambling. You're making a guess of how many birdies will take place during the tournament week. This one,
yes, okay. I misspoke. We're gonna cut that out.
Yeah, that's okay.
Todd, we're cutting it out.
That's all good. It's all good. You gave me some ideas for how we for 26 and beyond. So we'll kick some of that stuff in. But for this one, is again, you put your $20 in. It goes to the organization that you signed up with. They get to keep it all. It's going to go do really good for them. And by the way, you have a chance to win $25,000.
Whoa!
Right. So
even better.
If you're $20 or however multitudes of 20 that you want to put in, if your number hits, you're taking home $25,000 and you're helping charity and making the impact that we need in this community each and every day anyway. So it's a really great program.
So it's either way, it's not a loss, right? You're donating money with a chance to win $25,000 yourself if you can guess the accurate amount of birdies that happen at the Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches.
That's right.
February 27th through March 2nd at PGA National. That right there, CCAD, you and I, we got to get in on that.
Yeah. Do you need to know like golf knowledge? You need to be a genius to win this
No,
stuff?
we're helping you out too. So when you actually go on the cognizantclassic.com and take a look and you go to the charitable and the community impact side, we actually give you the stats for how many birdies there have been for the last tournament. So we're not sending you in blind.
Wow.
Right. You get a chance to walk in there and understand what may happen throughout the course of tournament week. So
Well, I'm sorry, and that right there is beautiful. A couple of bystanders keep walking by the glass here to get like extra peeps at Todd Fleming, CEO of the Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches.
Now you just got me in trouble. My wife's listening.
No, I'm not saying it. Todd was focused. You didn't even look back, but they literally kept walking and stopping and I'm like, is Todd going to see? Is he going to get distracted?
Off
you were
camera.
locked in.
No, I'm locked in.
You can't see Todd's hands. Off camera, he did a shoe.
Yeah.
Be gone, women. Get out of here.
So,
he said skedaddle.
But what you're talking about on Monday,
yes,
it's National First Responders Day. Right, and so our first grant that we issued issued an equipment grant process about a couple months ago now, and we are issuing and providing our first grant from that process. And so it's going to go to the Police Athletic League of the Palm Beaches. We're going to do a nice ceremony on Monday with some of the police officers that are so vitally important to everything that we do in this county, in this community, and obviously certainly around our tournament. But look, the tournament We're 124 days away.
Man.
So it's not out a ways. It's here.
It's almost here.
So we need people to continue to sign up and start to figure out how they're going to participate. But the reason why you're doing that is so that way we can make an impact in this community. And we're doing that each and every day. And for 25 and beyond, we're going to try to look to see how much above and beyond the $6.8 million that we can get for 25.
That's going to be huge. CognizantClassic.com to reserve a spot and to secure some tickets if you want to get in some of those great hospitality suites as well. You know, we're going to be at the Yellow Flamingo Club, VIP, me and C-Cat. We're going to be in the house. Todd, I will say this, sweating out. Well, let's just say like you're like 5 birdies away.
Yeah.
You're 5 birdies away. It's Sunday at the Cognizant Classic. You're probably sitting, I mean, if you're at that level, you're making sure you have good seats. You're going to be Bear Trap area.
That's right.
You might even, get that exclusive VIP treatment, be at the 18th hole.
Yep.
Imagine you just need 3 or 4 more and they're coming down that back 9. Like that is going to be exhilarating for me and C-Cat because we're going to win it.
The greatest thing that would happen is if the person that participated in birdies is in that Yellow Flamingo Club or somewhere in and around 18 in the champion birdies.
Oh, my God.
18 for them to hit their number.
There's no better feeling.
The party outside the ropes is going to be probably better than the champion with his hands up.
Legit.
So, we'll have to be watching. We'll be scanning the crowd to see if somebody is a little over exuberant on 18 if the birdie drops.
That would be amazing.
There was sudden death 2 years ago on that very golf course. I was right inside the ropes watching that. Could you imagine you need 3 more?
Oh,
and you
my
think, well, there's only 2 golfers left from the course. There's no way to get 3 more birdies. Birdie,
Boom,
birdie,
boom.
bang,
Oh!
OT,
Bang.
birdie, par. You win.
Yeah, it's great.
I
was on the course yesterday. So we had our volunteer chairman outing yesterday. So all of the individuals from a volunteer standpoint that manage certain aspects got a chance to play. The course is in really good condition.
Nice.
Really good condition.
I love it. C-Cat and I need to get out there then and hack it up a little bit. We just played yesterday morning. It was we did fair.
I won $15. Not off of Theo though, but I won $15.
That's a good day.
Yeah, that is a good day.
Yeah.
That is a good day. CognizantClassic.com. That's where you can go for more information on the Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches. Todd Fleming, appreciate you pulling up on us,
Thanks,
man.
guys.
Great as always. We will catch you next. Are you good for next Friday? We think we
said in
every
perpetuity.
Friday.
In perpetuity, I'm here every Friday. We're
That's
coming
what I'm
in. We're getting it going.
That's what I'm talking about. Enjoy the Dolphins game this weekend.
Thank you.
We'll be doing it as well. On the other side, we bring in Tina for the happy hour. We are going to be discussing something because she was at a party, Todd, and she didn't know this was going to happen, but 2 mega famous rappers were just there. She pulled up to a party unknown. It was just like a random party. And
the real question is, did she know them?
She knew. Yeah, no, these are you see them, you know them.
Oh, okay.
One of them called himself The Boss.
Oh.
The Boss. So
I know.
When you see him,
when you know, you know.
We'll discuss what that adventure was like for her, if she partied with them, if she took shots with them, if maybe she's going to be inviting them on Theoretically Speaking soon. Maybe so.
As long as Diddy wasn't there, she was good.
There you go. No Diddy at this party. The only parties he's going to be throwing is going to be with his fellow inmates, likely. That's C-Cat. That's Todd Fleming. I'm Theo Dorsey. We're Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Max Bankman, I'm the new doctor.
Welcome aboard the Odyssey.
ABC Thursdays.
This ship is heaven. We're tending to our passengers' dreams. I'm in.
From 911 executive producer Ryan Murphy comes a splashy new drama on a luxury cruise ship with Joshua Jackson and Don Johnson.
It's your job to keep everyone alive.
She's in VFib. 1, 2, 3. Clear.
I have a pulse.
You're going to be okay.
Dr. Odyssey. Thursdays, 9/8 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu.
At the Home Depot, we know Saturdays are for college football. That's why we have everything you need to never miss a play. Like Bear Dynasty interior paint, their most durable one-coat hide paint ever. From a team color statement wall to a fan cave, complete with a mural honoring Nick Saban's 17-year dynasty.
Hey, I like that idea.
Nothing beats Bear Dynasty interior paint. It's everything you need all in one can.
Defend your game time with Bear and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Valid only when tended to colors from the Bear Dynasty and Marquee Interior One-Coat Hide Color Collection.
This is the Sports Business Minute presented by the FAU MBA in Sport Management program. According to Lillian Rizzo of CNBC, Major League Soccer set a fresh regular season record with nearly 11.5 million fans attending games. The growth comes a year after the league implemented a new club performance unit led by Chris McGowan, which advises clubs on business strategies. The league, which saw its regular season end this past weekend, also experienced more fan engagement on social media and notches record sponsorship revenue. This is the Sports Business Minute presented by the FAU MBA in Sport Management Program. Accelerate your career in sports with the program committed to developing top-notch executives and managers with a focus on the job placement for students and graduates. The FAU MBA in Sport Management Program.
Time now for a PNC pause. PNC Bank is committed to making a difference in the lives of the customers they serve in the South Florida community. See how at pnc.com. You're listening to ESPN 106.3.
Tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care and get back to your best. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Make an appointment today at baptisthealth.net/ortho or call 833-556-6764.
Fall in love with your favorite sweet treats at DQ Grill & Chill. Featuring the blizzards of the month, pumpkin pie with world-famous soft serve, real pumpkin pieces, whipped topping, and nutmeg. Or the French silk pie blizzard, combining all those iconic velvety rich flavors, plus new blizzards on DQ's fall menu, such as caramel Java chip, Reese's Pieces cookie dough, and salted caramel truffle. If that's too much and need a quick kick, try the new DQ White Mocha Shake. DQ Grill & Chill with 2 locations, 4828 Lake Worth Road, and US 1, just south of North Lake.
There's something that binds us all. The constant hunger to improve. The obsession with every detail. And the reward of a custom fitting taking your game to a whole new level. We're all bound by 2 words said by golfers worldwide. Schedule your fitting at Edwin Watts Golf Shops. Find your local store at worldwidegolf.com. Get there.
Attention, are you or a loved one suffering complications after taking Ozempic or Wegovy? These medications may be linked to serious gastrointestinal illnesses. If you've been hospitalized and diagnosed with gastroparesis, chronic vomiting, deep vein thrombosis, or experienced intestinal blockage requiring surgery, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Call 888-900-LAW-1 today for a free consultation. That's 888-900-LAW1. Paid for by Tort Defenders. Tort Defenders is not a law firm and does not provide legal services.
You okay?
Sorry, I can't sleep with this cough.
Sounds like you need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with NyQuil VapoCool. It's NyQuil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
So you ready to get some sleep? Thank you, NyQuil VapoCool.
NyQuil VapoCool, the vaporizing nighttime coughing, aching, fever, best sleep with a cold medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Every Friday is a fried day on ESPN 106.3, served by Bud's Chicken and Seafood. Bud's uses better quality ingredients for better food and the best value. Visit any of Bud's Chicken and Seafood 6 locations or go online now at budschicken.com.
Time now for the coolest moment of the week. Presented by EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing. EDS is yes.
The coolest moment of the week, well, outside of Tina stumbling into a party and running into 2 very mega famous rappers. By the way, welcome into Theoretically Speaking, the happy hour, Tina.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you. But the coolest moment of the week, the EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing coolest moment of the week, was when LeBron James and Bronny James took the court, first father-son duo to do it in the NBA. Here's Bronny prepping his son for the moment.
All ready? All right. You see the intensity, right? Just play carefree, though. Don't worry about mistakes. Just go out and play hard.
That was the prep, and Bronny went on to miss the jumper, so he missed the moment. But we do have reports here that Bronny James to start Lakers G League split after their trip. So The rookie is expected to travel with the team on their upcoming road trip through November 6th. So he will be with the Lakers for about a week and some change, and then he'll go to the South Bay G League affiliate. That according to sources that talked to ESPN today. So, as we expected, he needs some work. That's your coolest moment of the week, brought to you by EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing. EDSisyes.com. EDSisyes.com. We got a comment in the chat right here on the YouTube stream. That shirt is clean. Well, it's also cool. You know what I'm saying? Not just the color wave is cool colors. It's cool because everything I pull up out of my closet comes fresh and cool because my house is conditioned by the best. EDS is yes. EDSisyes.com. A 4.8 star Google rating with over 760 reviews. EDS has been keeping you cool, man, since 2006 here in Palm Beach County. It's not just air conditioning, it's also plumbing. If you have any of those issues, you know exactly where to go for timely service, friendly service, and appointments you can book online around your schedule. EDSisyes.com. That's the website. Tap it in. Make sure you lock in. If you want to be a gold member like me, you can have an extra level of comfortability knowing that you get 2 checkups every year, and the servicing on your air conditioning and plumbing will be taken care of by the good people at EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing. EDSisyes.com. Tap in. That was the coolest moment of the week, Tina, but you might have topped it after you told us what happened with you. Espresso Martina, partying without the fellas. We just talked about how CCAT, we get no invites to anything cool. And then she texted us this morning with, like, you're out here kicking it with celebrities?
Yeah, this was unexpected, though.
Yeah.
I know, yes.
Well, you know what, isn't it unexpected, Tina? Us not getting an invite.
I'm sorry. It wasn't I couldn't even give you an invite.
Oh.
I was like the 4th, I think, invite to this.
A friend of a friend.
Yes.
You're the fringe gal.
A Halloween party. And I was the 4th probably, or 5th invite. Like, no one else can make it, so I was a very last resort. I had 40 hours to plan a costume.
Wow.
And my
What'd
friend,
you go as?
And my friend was like, oh, like, you have to plan our costume because we have to go as something. And so we ended up keeping it like sports themed and did Scotty Scheffler in a jumpsuit, and then I was a cop.
Nice.
And so
creative.
I went to this CCAT.
That was a compliment.
He literally was rocking with you.
Okay.
Did people understand it as soon as y'all walked in? Did they get what was happening there?
Someone did, but I did have my friend put like on his
Scheffler.
shirt like Scotty Scheffler,
Okay.
and it had like his actual like date of birth, the like ID number,
Almost
and
like
then
the thing you
and then
hold.
he had a putter with him to add as a prop to his.
I'm gonna give y'all a tip.
costume.
I'm gonna give y'all a tip next time. You don't ever put your name on your costume. That dilutes it. You want people to be able to guess it without you giving it away. Instead, he should have just brought literally just a putter. If he had one golf club with him plus the jumpsuit and she had a cop outfit on, I think people would get it.
I think you break the continuity and you take away the authenticity. You put a green jacket on. I think that would also do it. I know it wasn't at the Masters.
Right.
But you think green jacket,
You think Scotty,
golfer who arrested? Oh, Scotty Scheffler. That was in the news.
Okay.
Yes. Well, when I have more time to plan, I will.
40 hours is not a short amount of time. I don't like how you threw that out there.
I was told Tuesday during this show on Tuesday, I was asked to go to the Halloween party. And I said yes, thinking it was next Thursday on Halloween.
Okay.
I get out of the show at 4:00 and I'm told, no, it's this Thursday in 2 days. So I had less than 48 hours. I had like 30 something hours to plan go find a costume, plan it, and all that. So that's what I
You had after the show on Tuesday and all of Wednesday to figure out how to do this.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Amazon Prime, nothing was getting here in time. And then the Halloween store, it wasn't, we're trying to keep it was very limited. That's not the point of my story.
Okay. What
That's the
happened
point.
at this Halloween party when you did walk in?
I did not expect to go to this Halloween party. And at this Halloween party, we get there, there's like a sword show, there's like a stage, like they took over like a parking garage. It was a crazy Halloween party. They had a haunted house that scared me. I screamed. People were popping out. It was amazing food. And in this parking garage, they had it kind of like sectioned off with these curtains. They had like a VIP area. We were not a part of the VIP area. And a stage. They had a sword show. And they're like, oh, an artist is coming. Like, stay tuned. Rick Ross shows up.
The boss.
Rick Ross shows up.
Speaking of cops.
And then
He was a PO.
I don't get it. Okay.
I'm sorry. I forgot y'all are. Yeah, I'm just
dumb that down.
sorry about that. Yes.
So Rick Ross
Famously
performs.
Speaking of Wingstop, I don't know. That's what I would get.
I know. I'm sorry, but she was dressed as a cop, so seeing Rick, he would get it.
Proceed.
Proceed.
Drake used it a lot in the. Okay, go.
Okay. And then they they teased again. They're like, hey, that's not the only artist of the night. There's another artist coming up.
Yeah.
So then they had these women come out with that were eating fire and had fire like on these wings of theirs. And there was this whole fire show. And then as we're waiting, they have another artist. They're like, the artist's about to be here. Just wait a minute. Kodak Black walks out. And
Rick Ross opened for Kodak Black?
Rick Ross came on, and then Kodak Black like ended the party at night.
That's kind of surprising.
I was like, where am I right now? How did I get here? Like
oh my God.
we had scenarios of how this Halloween party was going to go, and we did not expect it to be like this.
I know exactly how you feel, Tina. Man, the first concert I ever went to. Now, I'm not gonna one up you because it's actually jokingly not one upping. I went to Dave Matthews Band, had front row seats. I didn't realize that was how good the seats were.
I think that we thought it was
wait, what do you mean? You went to a concert and didn't know where your seats were?
Yeah, it was like my mom's birthday. Her friend couldn't go, so I went with her.
Did Kodak Black close for Dave Matthews Band?
No.
Well, I like Tina's story better.
I know.
I don't know. I couldn't name 2 Dave Matthews Band songs.
I couldn't either.
Kodak Black, I don't know any of his music, but he's a big name. He was in the locker room with FAU, right?
He's from here. Yes, he is. Didn't he run out with FAU too?
Yeah,
Big Lamar guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think though we just had no idea that there was going to be performers on this, like at this Halloween party. Like we knew there was a haunted house. It said that on the invite.
Yeah.
But we had no idea really what to expect. And they went all out on decorations, on the food. They had they had a bar area. Like it was amazing. And I hope to be invited again next year. But we had no idea that we were going to have Rick Ross and Kodak Black perform.
Was it open bar?
It was open bar, yeah.
So free drinks for that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Crowd pop, like when I saw him visually, or was it crowd pop when they announced Kodak Black?
They didn't know, like you saw him before they even said his name. So
what
they
happened?
went crazy.
Did you go crazy?
I couldn't see him for a while.
Okay.
I didn't really go crazy.
You didn't. I should have went to that party.
I enjoyed the moment,
party.
and I was so happy my friend had the best time.
Yeah.
Because he was a huge Kodak Black fan, but I was like, I'm here to support you. Like,
see, like that's like me going to a party and like not Shania Twain, because that's your favorite artist.
Yeah,
Kodak's not up there for me, but like, I don't know, an artist
Rick
that you
Ross
know.
is cool. I knew his songs, like a handful of his songs.
He's got a lot of. I'm surprised you didn't know any Kodak. There's a
I
lot
knew
of,
like one or two Kodak
Yeah.
songs.
I'm more surprised Rick Ross opened for Kodak.
Same.
That's the breaking news here.
That was where, too, we were
Yikes.
like, well, if Rick Ross opened, who could be closing?
Right.
Like, who could that be? And that's what we had to wait and see. And, yeah.
Wow. Rose is falling off after he got his tail. Did you at least see him get beat up his posse get beat up in Toronto? Did you see that?
I wasn't on the scene for that. God. No, I had other plans that night. I had other plans.
Nothing. I was too busy watching wrestling and baseball. Watch some real stuff.
Were there any other cool costumes at a Halloween party that's that high dollar and that high ticket, high society? Was there someone out there like with an extravagant costume?
There was a lot of people there. Like there was probably like 300 something people there.
Yeah.
I saw so many Mario and Luigi's and like Peach. Like I saw so many Mario Kart costumes. I couldn't keep up. Like they were everywhere.
That's lazy.
Yeah, that was the most like costume. But there was a lot of like Avengers, superheroes.
Yeah.
I saw like there was a lot of people in the blow up costumes.
Right, like the dinosaur type thing or something, alien.
A lot of people had like onesies on.
Yeah.
And so there wasn't like one that like stuck out to
Anybody
me.
dress up as O.J. Simpson or
No,
Don Cheadle?
I did not see that.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, there was a lot of Ted Lassos last night too.
Really?
That's a great costume.
Yes, a lot of Ted Lasso.
You just got to do a clean cut haircut, the mustache, and buy the shirt.
Yeah, it's
shirt
the jacket.
It's a pretty easy sell.
I have a jersey from that show. My buddy Gian hooked me up with one.
Yeah.
Because like he works at the Outlet Mall and he got one. So I got one of those. I'm going to wait to uncork it one of these days.
Go ahead, man. I can't wait.
I got that and I got the Jared Dudley signed Suns jersey.
Yeah.
I might wear that no undershirt. Just let it all hang out.
I don't understand why you would ever do that. All right. That was fun. Can we get a last call? Can we get a last call before she goes? I mean,
I got lost in the moment. We're out of time.
That's
know.
Okay, well, I'll pray for this.
Last call on the other side.
Yeah,
last
okay,
call on
fine.
the other side. We're going to do a last call on the other side. Tina, stick around. It's the happy hour. Theo Dorsey, C-Cat, and Tina, theoretically speaking.
Banyan Printing, your trusted printing, mailing, and signage partner in the Palm Beaches for over 45 years. Banyan Printing's new metallic ink press adds that extra shine so that your product comes out in glossy gold, sparkling silver, or any other color you want to shine. Banyan Printing is the official printer of Kaiser Athletics and would love to be your official printing partner as well. Order products and learn more about what Banyan Printing can do for your business at banyanonline.com or call 561-586-6220.
When it comes to choosing a health plan, you can trust the members who have experienced it firsthand. Humana is proud to offer a Medicare Advantage plan in Florida that earned 5 out of 5 stars. 5 stars is the highest rating possible. It's based on real members' experiences, and it's decided by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Our Humana Gold Plus HMO earned 5 out of 5 stars. That means a few things. It means members get outstanding customer service. It means we connect them with excellent preventive care and chronic condition support. Most of all, it means you have a trustworthy option for a Medicare Advantage plan. Explore our 5-star Humana Gold Plus HMO at humana5star.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Every year, Medicare evaluates plans based on a 5-star rating system. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
Batter up! Swing, batter, batter, swing, batter, batter!
This one is for all the marbles. World Series week on ESPN 106.3 is presented by PNC Bank. PNC Bank is committed to making a difference in the lives of the customers they serve in the South Florida community. See how at PNC.com. World Series week on ESPN 106.3 is also presented by Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning, Hard Rock Bet, the Boca Raton Bowl, Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium, and Twin Peaks.
Is joint pain affecting your quality of life? At Baptist Health Orthopedic Care, our team is experienced in traditional joint replacement surgery as well as new, less invasive treatments with the goal of returning you to what you love as quickly as possible. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care combines its resources of experienced physicians and leading-edge treatments and technology to provide advanced orthopedic, foot and ankle, joint replacement, spine, and sports medicine care. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho for more information today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has offices conveniently located in Palm Beach County through the Florida Keys. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/orthos. Boy, did I get some bank going on the Prize Picks this week, including some last night on Thursday Night Football. Before I tell y'all more about America's #1 daily fantasy sports app, it is time for Tina Espresso Martina to deliver her last caller. Cheers on the way out for the happy hour.
And today's last call is going to be fill in the blank for you two. It's 3 words.
All right, I'm ready. Are you ready, CK?
Wait, okay.
She's going to deliver the first part of her last call. We have to guess the second part of it because you feel like you already know everything she says.
Yeah.
All right.
This is your doing.
It's 3 words, okay?
Okay.
Don't trip over.
The small things.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Don't trip over your toddlers.
Don't trip over the minute things.
The neighbor's Pomeranian.
No.
Don't trip over
the speed bump.
No.
Okay.
What's behind you?
Oh, that's a good one.
Move forward. Look
yeah,
forward.
don't trip over what's behind you.
Don't trip over what's behind
Spaceships don't come equipped with rear view mirrors. They dip.
I like Theo's better.
Wow, this guy knows ball. Tina, thank you so much. Great last call. We can't sweat what's already. I love it.
Yeah.
Don't trip over what's behind you. That's hustling backwards.
Yeah.
Why would you trip over something? You're past it.
We
Come
can
on,
learn.
y'all.
What about history repeats itself? Learn from the past.
That's different. It's different because now you are thinking about what happened.
I think I
She
like
literally
CCAT.
is saying, don't focus on what's behind you.
Exactly. But I'm saying that there are positives
they-
to looking behind you
Yes.
so that you don't repeat the negatives that did happen.
You learn those lessons, but you don't trip on it. That's what she's saying. Don't trip. Don't sweat
Don't
it.
trip.
But what if your lack of attention to detail in the past plagues you again because you don't examine it?
Don't suffer from the anxiety of the fact that you had that trial. Instead, learn from it and keep moving forward. I learn from whenever I mess up on a player projection on Prize Picks all the time. I never trip on what's behind me when I hit more on a player projection and he ends up going less. That doesn't scare me off in the future. In fact, if you look at what happened last night with the Rams and the Vikings, there's a few players that if you were scared off from a more that you hit and you hit less, you might have got burned. Justin Jefferson, he went over 100 yards. See, that's as easy as it is for you. You look at the player projection on Prize Picks once you download the app, hit more or less based on what players are going to do, basketball, football, any of the sports you're watching. Baseball, you know what's starting tonight. Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. Use promo code THEOD, and you get $50 free when you play a $5 lineup. That's promo code THEOD. Prize Picks. Run your game.
I'm Wendy Sartori-Link, your Palm Beach County Supervisor of Elections. Election Day is November 5th. In Palm Beach County, eligible voters can vote during early voting from October 21st through November 3rd at any early voting location. Visit votepalmbeach.com